All right, welcome back to another After Dark, everyone. Hope you all having a good night. Hope you all had a wonderful day so far. It's been hot as hell over here in Arizona, or at least in my area. My God. Oh, it's another 108-degree day. Full sunshine, clear skies. It's been brutal, but I'm inside. I got air conditioning, got a nice ceiling fan above me. Y'all don't care about this. I don't know why I'm talking about it. What are we here for? We are here to kick back and chill out and relax and cool off to a video that popped up on my feed and something I've been wanting to chat about. So I'm glad this did. This is by Trice, one of my favorite content creators. And this video is called Operation MAMBA, How Kobe Bryant Saved USA Basketball. And this is something a lot of people don't talk about, a lot of people don't know, and a lot of young LeBron fans that I talk to have no idea that this happened. That Kobe Bryant was literally sent in to save Team USA so we wouldn't get another LeBron's medal. And then the guy who backed him up, and during the high pressure moments especially, I mean, he excelled the entire Olympics, but mainly in that championship game versus Spain, Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade was the number 2 guy. It was not LeBron James who brought it home, I'll tell you that much. It was Kobe Bryant and Dwayne Wade. Those were the closers. Anyways, let's enjoy this one, huh? I'm going to leave the original link to the Trice video down below in the description for all of you who want to watch it without my commentary. This should be a good one. And everybody else, please leave this video a like. I already liked the Trice one, so we're good. All right, let's watch this together. Trice Media is so cool.
First time since the NBA players participated, the United States men failed to win it all at the Olympic Games. There'll be no gold in Athens. And there's the exclamation point for Argentina. Yep. No gold medal for the United States men. And then he saw this happening. You might be starting to say there's a new era in Olympic basketball, and it's one in which the United States is no longer dominant.
Greece has stunned the United States of America. Theo Papaloukas kicks the ball up in the stands. Greece, they've won the European title. They've beaten the United States 101-95.
Wow, that's cool hearing the two different sides of that announcement. Yeah, we weren't supposed to lose like that. So hearing their excitement on the major upset that just happened, yeah, they brought down America. It's crazy.
State of USA basketball in 2007 can only be described with one word: disappointing.
Yeah.
The glory days of the Dream Team were long gone, replaced with the bitter feeling of failure that had taken place in the 2004 Olympics and 2006 World Championships.
We was losing from 2000, like 04, we lost in Athens. Then we lost in the World Championship in 06. So at this time, now it done seeped into the hip hop culture.
Yep.
You can't even beat the Europeans in basketball anymore. The Dream Team is dead.
Everybody want to play in the NBA, right? Everybody's goal is to make it to the NBA. We're the top. And so for us to be the best in basketball and to lose when it comes to the world, we felt a certain way about ourselves. And so once we got to 2008, there was no games to be played on that basketball field. You know, I mean, we knew that the world was catching up when it comes to talent. You know, we couldn't just show up anymore. We had to actually play as a team and win, and not just be a bunch of individuals.
Yeah, I agree with Wade. At that point, like, even if we just break this down into business, the NBA is a business and the most successful basketball business. You know, that's it. It's when you get to the NBA, you're there because you're getting massive amounts of money, and you're getting the more exposure than you'd get anywhere else playing basketball. But if all of a sudden we start to prove that we're not the best anymore, what happens to the brand? What happens to the business? Yeah, we have to win in the Olympics. And I wanted to do this before this summer's Olympics started because I'm really concerned. I'm really concerned because Kobe Bryant and Dwayne Wade are not going to come to save the day this time. No, siree.
When we lost in 2004, it was a heavy blow for us. This is a sport that we've dominated for years. And I think, there's a lot of beauty in the fact that we lost, because it means that the game is growing so much and there's so many countries out there that are playing at a high level.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was like, okay, all right, that's beautiful, but now we want it back.
Yeah.
We want it back. And so 2008 was about that. It was about kind of reclaiming, what we feel we started.
Jerry Colangelo said, Mike, we need to win the gold medal, but we need to win the respect of the world and our own country.
After a 22-year absence, the Boston Celtics are NBA champions once again.
Yeah, so, this follows. This gets so interesting, man, because this is right after Kobe and Pau on the Lakers lost to the Celtics in the NBA Finals. Next thing you know, they're splitting up and they're going into the Summer Olympics. Pau represents Spain. My man Kobe represented the U.S.
The greatest single season history is number 17, soon to be raised to the Raptors.
Kobe, how do you make your team mentally tougher next year?
I think experiences do that. I think once you go through your ups and downs and struggle a little bit, taste defeat, I think that makes you a little tougher.
Following a loss in the 2008 finals, Kobe Bean Bryant was at a crossroads in his career. After winning
I'm sorry, I needed to point something out. What he just said here is the opposite of any kind of victim mentality. It's not. He's not asking anyone to feel sorry for him. He's not making any excuses. All he's doing is saying, we're going to get tougher naturally because of this disappointment.
Struggle a little bit, taste defeat, I think that makes you a little tougher.
Following a loss in the 2008 finals,
I like that.
Kobe Bean Bryant was at a crossroads in his career. After winning 3 finals alongside Shaquille O'Neal early in his career, the Black Mamba found himself still searching for his first successful title run as the top dog. He had fully emerged as the NBA's best, a lethal scorer with an already growing aura surrounding his work ethic. Although Kobe and the Lakers had reached the finals that year, falling short to the Celtics had shown Bryant there was still something missing. A character trait in himself that needed to be unlocked for him to fully take on his Renaissance era. When Team USA came calling that summer, it offered the reigning MVP exactly what he needed in that moment. An opportunity to prove to himself and the world that he was capable of leading a group of men to their ultimate prize. A gold medal at the 2008 Olympics.
He was the last piece that we needed.
Yeah.
And we knew, all right, in order for us to make a stance and show the rest of the world what type of time we need the heavy hitters.
It's just crazy because if you look at that roster, they were stacked with talent in 2004. But what they were really missing was a true leader. And a true leader, not like Tim Duncan wasn't a leader, but a leader, the rare kind of leader, like a Jordan or a Kobe, somebody or a Bird or somebody who could literally take the team on their back and carry them to victory when shit gets tough. We didn't have that in 2004. No one was able to step up and play that role. But that's why they really needed Kobe. It wasn't because they needed more talent. They needed his mindset, that mentality, that sacrifice that he had and he was willing to give, especially after just going to the finals, man. He should be the most tired one out there, but he gave it the most.
Kobe was also trying to transform himself. He wanted to win the respect of his peers. And so he showed himself at the level that you're saying. He's the most prepared guy that I've ever seen.
Fueled by the motivation of his recent loss, as well as pride for his country, Kobe began to set the tone immediately upon arrival. 2008's roster was one of the most talented ever assembled, being coined the Redeem Team thanks to the team's clear mission. Featuring new and established stars like LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Carmelo Anthony, the team was loaded with star power, but was just missing a veteran example to follow.
So I'm with my staff in Vegas a couple days before the team comes in, and all of a sudden there's a knock on the door. Just 2 days early, and it's Kobe.
Oh, this is good. If this is what I think it is, listen to this.
He said, "Coach, I need to ask you a favor." And I said, "Yeah, what is it?" And he said, "I want to guard the best perimeter player on every team that we play." Now, he's the NBA scoring champ. He's the best player in the league at that time. And he knew that he would have to change a little bit and be a leader. And then he pauses, and his eyes, he and Jordan had the same eyes. They killed you with their eyes. And he leans forward and he said, "Coach, I promise you I'll destroy him."
Did you catch that? Oh man. So yeah, we got the best scorer in the NBA at the time going to Coach K and saying, I want to guard the best perimeter player on the other team every game. And then, just in case Coach K wasn't taking him serious, he leans forward and says, "I promise I'll kill him." That's sacrifice, man. That's what the Olympics is supposed to be all about. Sacrificing your normal game to fit the whole, to benefit the whole. And for all these super teams out there that they keep forming, this is why a lot of them aren't successful. Everyone just thinks, hey, everyone can play how they normally play and we'll be fine. No, everyone needs to make a sacrifice and adjust to one solid play style to win. You can't be selfish out there. If you're going to be selfish, then go play on your own, get a max contract, and just, score 35 points a game and win no games. That's how you do it. But if you're going to have a good team around you and have a goal to win, yeah, you got to sacrifice some shit.
We go and we have a team meeting, and the first practice, he doesn't take a shot. He does not take one shot.
Crazy.
And he's playing defense. And so I call him over afterwards. I said, yo, this destroy thing. He says, "Coach, I promised you I'll destroy him." I said, "Look, I've seen you destroy teams offensively. Will you shoot the frickin' ball?" And he smiled, he had that smile. And he said from then on, I was the only coach ever to ask him to shoot.
True.
And this is when I knew Kobe was a monster, though. You hear about it, but you really, if you don't see it, you really, really don't know. And so we get into a city, one of the cities very late. And immediately we all go to the gym, all my guys is, it's Melo, it's me, it's Bryant, it's Kobe. Like we all go to the gym, we all get our work in. It's real late.
Oh, this is good too.
And so after we get done getting our work in, me and my guys, we say, hey, let's meet for breakfast in the morning. Like if you can't sleep, whoever first one wake up, hit us up, we're gonna go eat. And so we do that. We probably get like 3 hours of sleep. You can't sleep much when you're traveling across the world, like we were traveling. And we probably get like 3 hours of sleep, and we wake up, we go down to where the food is. And as we walking down, slubbing with sleep in our eyes, Kobe Bryant is sitting there with ice on his knees already, right? So we walk up to Kobe, we like, "Kobe, what's up?" And he was like, "Yeah, man, I just finished the workout, and I'm about to go do another one." And at that moment, I was like, wait, hold on. We just worked out about 3 hours ago. You know what I mean? And like, you've done another workout and you about to go do another one. That's when I was like, okay, I got to get my stuff together, because this dude right here is on a whole different level than even I'm on. And I'm supposed to be great.
Yeah, that's the whole lead by example thing. They needed somebody like him, or else everyone is just going to be partying and thinking that this is going to be easy. And they're not going to take this serious. They're going to think they're entitled to the gold. And then until the reality hits where they get a bronze medal and they go, oh, maybe I should have worked harder. No, Kobe's preemptive striking that, saying not only do I have to work harder, I need them to see me work harder so they fall in line too.
First practice, it's kind of a surreal moment because everyone's like kind of watching to see who's gonna do what's LeBron gonna do, what's Kobe gonna do, and my job was to get those two to talk. They're both eyeing each other. They want to win, but I think with LeBron and Kobe, it was the 4 o'clock workouts that Kobe did. You know, LeBron sees that, okay, you working, I'm gonna work.
It's contagious, you know, when you see, you know, at the time he was probably, you know, him and LeBron are the best players in the world, you know, arguably. You know, it's kind of one of those battles went back and forth at the time. You see this man, the work he's putting in, the hours he's putting in the gym, the extra shots he's getting up, you can't help it. Like, you're not gonna go sit down on the sideline while he's still out here at 30, you know, I think he might have been 30 at the time. You know, see him doing that, and I'm 23 years old, you know. I got to get up there too, you know, and so it was great. It was great being able to work out with him, to learn from him, to talk to him, to pick his brain about things, and then have a chance to compete with him.
Yeah, the simple psychology of that, the only thing I can think of, and off the top of my head, was I remember a time like 5 or 6 years ago that I was moving, right? And I hired movers for this one because it was a pretty substantial move. And I told myself, okay, it's the first time I'm paying for movers. I'm not lifting a finger because I'm paying this money. So there's these two dudes that are, you know, in my house and like grabbing all the stuff and sticking them in a moving truck. And about 15, 20 minutes go by and I can't fight the urge. I start grabbing stuff and you know, I start grabbing stuff and putting it towards the truck, helping, you know, just helping out because I couldn't. I'm not the type of dude who can just sit around and watch other people do hard labor around me while I'm just like chilling out. It's just not, it didn't feel right. So I was just telling myself in my head, I'm like, okay, we're going by time as well as like a flat rate. So I could pay a little less if I help them. But I was lying to myself, really. I didn't really care about that. I'm not going to lie. I really just cared about me sitting on my ass while they were working hard. It didn't feel right to me. It's never felt right. So that's what Kobe Bryant did. He's like, all right, you guys want to chill? I'm over here busting my ass. You can watch me or you can join me. What are you going to do?
While Kobe had been named MVP of the league in 2008, LeBron James had quickly made his rise as one of the NBA's best, living up to the hype that had followed him early in his career. This created a unique power dynamic as the Redeem team prepared for the 2008 Olympics in Beijing, a relationship that could make or break the team's success.
Like they were great friends, right? And their interaction was amazing. But it's hard not to see that they had like there's a little bit of a, because it's like two alpha dogs being in the same room, you know. Mm-hmm. They want to assert their dominance, and LeBron is different than Kobe. LeBron is more playful, you know, a little less serious, but works just as hard, you know. And Kobe is more just about his business.
He and LeBron developed a relationship that was needed to create the culture.
LeBron did something every morning that I don't think a lot of people understood. He was funny. He was a comedian in the morning when he would do like impersonations of introducing someone, you know, Kobe Bean, Bryant. When he would do these type of things and people would laugh, Kobe, you could see, Kobe normally would be serious in warm-ups, but then Kobe started laughing, and then Kobe started joining in, and it was like, okay, all right, we're gonna be just fine.
Yeah. First of all, have you guys seen the Redeem Team documentary? It was a pretty cool documentary. That's the thing I noticed about LeBron the most in that documentary was he was actually one of the rare dudes to make Kobe laugh and make Kobe laugh often. Now, once the lights were on and the game was on, Kobe was dead serious, but it did kind of chill him out a little bit when it was, you know, practice time or they were in a common area eating in the cafeteria or whatever. But yeah, I don't know exactly when like LeBron is serious, but I see him joking around a lot. But that was my biggest takeaway. Like, I know what Dwayne Wade did and I know what Kobe did for the team. LeBron seemed to like be there as like comic relief. Yeah, these Olympics
I
were
remember being very
nuts.
excited. I had never experienced it before. And so coming into the opening ceremonies, I was just like, this is amazing. Because you have all the top athletes in the world all in one place.
I watched this whole thing, this opening ceremony too. Man, 2008. It doesn't seem like that long ago, but such a long time ago.
And I remember it just being a surreal experience. Playing in the Olympics, and I think what was different was being in the Olympic Village. Because when you're in the cafeterias, it's this massive cafeteria, and you look around and you have some of the best in the world at what they do. So for me, that's even more special than being out in LA and seeing celebrities walking around.
Yeah.
Because it's athlete to athlete. Like, I understand what they just put their body through to get here. And so there's so much mutual respect and admiration.
That's true. We're talking the greatest athletes in the world all in one spot. What a crazy feeling that's got to be. And then to realize that you're one of them.
We couldn't wait to get after it. We couldn't wait to challenge for that gold medal. We had a lot of energy, and, we had lost, the previous time, right? So, for us, it was a chance, a shot at redemption. We wanted to show the world that we are the best basketball playing country in the world.
7 turnovers for China. Oh, strong finish for Kobe Bryant. Ball back to James. Oh,
nice take.
The United States could not turn them over. Here's Wade once again.
Yep,
with the
there you go,
steal.
D-Wade. What a pass. Are you kidding me? Now, D-Wade was full of this kind of hustle, and he came off the bench, too, because Kobe was a starting shooting guard. Man. Watch this. Watch his hustle.
The United States could not
Bang.
turn them over. Here's Wade once again with the steal.
What a pass going out of bounds. Damn.
Cole came to me as he knew I was coming off the bench, and he said, hey, D, when you get in, I'm going to pick up the defender 94 feet. I'm going to harass him. I'm going to turn him. I'm going to turn him. I'm going to turn him. And once they get to half court, I turned him enough. Cole knew I was fast. He knew I was quick. And so he was like, I want you to.
That's exactly. Here's Dwayne Wade once again. This guy.
Dude, that's brilliant. Because once he gets past half court, the guy dribbling up the ball up the court and getting harassed like that is just looking for some relief. So he's going to dish the ball off ASAP so Kobe can ease up on him. But then in comes a quick freaking D-Wade jetting through. That's brilliant. That's so simple too. That's just psychology. That's a brilliant strategy.
Boom. That's exactly. Here's Dwayne Wade once again. This guy.
For me, I looked at that. I'm like, I'm the younger guy. I'm the least accomplished guy in this group. I should be the one that you say. He should have told me, D, you go pressure, and I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
But his mindset wasn't that way.
No, because at that point, Dwayne Wade was Flash. So he's faster than Kobe Bryant. That's not an ego thing at that point. That's let's play to our strengths. You're quicker than me. I can play better full court defense than you. Let's go.
And so to be able to play with a guy who had everything offensively, who could have just demanded us to give him the ball every time down, was worried about defense in the Olympics. Come on, bro. What am I going to do? I'm going to follow suit.
Yeah. Lead by example.
LeBron James got away with it. Here comes Kobe Bryant. Stolen by Jason Kidd. Ahead to Kobe Bryant.
We made the commitment to ourselves and to our country to not worry about or focus about how we played with our teams in the NBA. This is not that. This is a different team. Mm-hmm. So we have to play a different way. We have to play in whichever manner individually is best suited for our team here.
Yep.
Having reached the gold medal game, the last remaining team between USA and their goal was Spain.
Yep.
We're playing against Spain, and Spain, they're just very tactically sound, very fundamentally sound, extremely intelligent. They grew up playing together, so they all knew each other extremely well. So that was a strength that they had that we didn't, because we just put a collection of guys together and tried to get to know each other over 2 years when they've been playing together since they were 10 or 11 years old.
The talented Spanish squad was led by the Gasol brothers, one of which had been Kobe's running mate during the Lakers' run to the NBA Finals that same year. However, on this night, Bryant was out to prove that nothing would get in the way of Team USA capturing the gold.
Yeah, this whole thing is savage, man. This whole thing is savage. And yeah, that Spain team was no joke. That was a good team.
Not even his own teammate.
He just tried to set up the tone, the physicality of the game. He just wanted to send a message to his team that, yeah, this is my brother. You know, we're gonna play together in the NBA, but right now I'm trying to beat him, and we're gonna beat him.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna run through him or anyone that gets in our way.
Yeah, they're not on the same team today, and that's all that matters.
Ball deflected all the way out to Kobe Bryant. Uncontested jams. That's Coach Cam to go work on the offense against the zone. Paul throws it ahead. Kobe Bryant up.
For our team at that time, it wasn't really about confidence. It was about execution. Execution. Can we take Spain's strengths away? Can they make an adjustment?
And I remember just being a huge fight, just very competitive, very physical throughout the 40 minutes, back and forth. We never gave up. Obviously, they didn't want to lose.
Trying to fit.
I've watched this game multiple times in my life. This was a hell of a battle. Neither side wanted to back down, and it took major heroics from Dwayne Wade and Kobe Bryant in order to win this game. Major heroics on both ends, but yeah, it was so close.
Finish in traffic, not there. Powell has the rebound, lays it in. He's going to just fire right over LeBron James. Oh my goodness.
My message to the guys was just focus on the next quarter. Don't worry about the score. You know, I don't want you to think that Spain is going to roll over and are going to go away, because they're not.
Mm-hmm.
So what we have to do is focus on what's working, you know, counter what they're going to come back with, and focus on those X's and O's. Don't get too excited about, oh my, you know, we got one more half, we're going to win the gold medal. Stop thinking about that. Just think about the play in front of you.
Strip. This whole sequence will lead to a nice dish from Kobe.
Nice.
They brought their A team. I think that was probably as good or better than the potentially original Dream Team.
I think my job, because I had been there before, I was the only one on the team that far that had won championships. And so they look for me to really have that poise in those type of situations and not get rattled, not get flustered about it. It is what it is. And so just to kind of keep that composure was part of my job.
Spain right back in the thick of this one.
When they cut it to 2 points, like 3 minutes to go,
yeah.
I was like, man, this is so much fun.
Yeah, this is classic, man. This is like a game 7 of an NBA Finals now. Look at that smile on his face.
You know, I remember wanting the ball in those situations.
Penetration. Kicks it back out to Bryant. Bryant puts up the three. That's good. Kobe Bryant from downtown.
Yep.
And the foul.
That right there. Yep. You know, you didn't watch the Olympics that year, or basketball in the Olympics that year, if you don't know what this image is, if you've never seen this before.
Is there anybody in the NBA who loves these moments more than Kobe Bryant?
Those guys were really, really talented individuals. Some of the best in the history as well. A lot of people think of that game as one of the best basketball games in the history of the game, so that's something to be proud of.
When the buzzer went off, we all just ran to each other, because it had been a really long journey for us, and it was something that was very personal for us to put our country back on top.
For the red, white, and blue, a long journey back to the top. All the hard work, all the questions. Could they do it? Had the world really caught up to the best players in the world?
I mean, it was special. It was one of the most special feelings that I was a part of when I stood up on that podium and I got a chance to, you know, sit there and, you know, listen to and just kind of look around and kind of see like where I.
In the NBA, you're playing for a particular city, a particular market, and when you're playing for your country, those lines go away.
Yeah.
Right? We're all together. We're all playing for USA basketball, and you know, it carries a great honor with that goes above and beyond winning the NBA championship.
The 2008 Redeem Team will forever be known as the team who re-established USA basketball as the world's leader on the hardwood. They overcame the previous years of disappointment, bringing together one of the most talented rosters ever assembled to bring gold back to North America.
To have Kobe Bryant at the time, who was a little older than us, but still was in his prime, we needed his leadership. He's won 3 championships by this time. We knew that we needed to do this. And this was not just for us, this was for the future of the Olympics. You know, we lose 2 years in a row, it's over for us.
Yep.
And so I'm proud when I look at the guys in the Olympics and get a chance to play now, because I know what we went through to get that respect back for the USA.
At the center of it all, behind the team's run that summer in Beijing, lies a more detailed story of how the experience rejuvenated Kobe Bryant entering the back half of his career. In the same way that Kobe had been able to motivate the players of Team USA, showing them exactly what it takes to win, they had also shown him that he had what it takes to lead a team to the finish line. Now, after adding Olympic gold to his already growing list of accolades, the Black Mamba was ready for a new mission: his pursuit of another NBA championship.
Great video. Trice Media, everybody. Trice. Subscribe to this channel if you liked what you saw here, because in my opinion, this is top-notch basketball content here. All right, everyone. I really enjoyed this. Fantastic stuff by Trice. I do like at the end how Kobe was talking about the pride of winning this for the country, as opposed to like the state lines. You know what I mean? Like winning it for your state, for your single organization, like the Lakers. I think that's something that we lack sometimes as a country, is uniting together for a common cause. We do divide ourselves quite a bit into little categories and subcategories, and it's one thing I've always enjoyed about the Olympics is for a short period of time, all we want is our country to win some medals. So we are united in something simple. It's sport, but it does work as a unifier. And that's one of the reasons I've always loved sports, is it does bring people together, even in the darkest of times at points. But yeah, I love this story. Kobe Bryant, literally, like, we needed every last ounce of energy and commitment from him to win that game. Like Kobe said, they were up by just a couple of points with like 3 minutes left. Like, this was a real game. This was a real threat to lose this game. Kobe had to step up and beat a dude, and Dwayne Wade was his right-hand man. I think those two would have played very well together if they got to play, like, you know, either for the Lakers or for the Heat. I think they would have gelled very well together, their two play styles and their mentalities. But anyways, as we approach the upcoming Summer Olympics 2024, wow, has time passed or what? Let's hope somebody on our roster is willing to do what Kobe Bryant did here, because that's what we're going to need. We're going to need someone to take the rest of the team on his back and bring home the gold, because I think there's even more talent right now in the rest of the world when it comes to basketball than there was back in 08. There's a lot of talent distributed all over the place. So hopefully somebody is up for the challenge, and someone is going to do it, and someone is already doing it, because you have to be setting that tone in practice. So anyways, everybody, hope you enjoyed it. Leave the video a like if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel if you want more content like this. And yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow morning on the next one. So peace out. Have a fun night. Be good to your people. And kick some ass, man. You know, sometimes we got to step up and kick some ass. All right. Good night, everyone.